What's up, guys? David, New York, NYC here. No, we don't got no people in the house yet, but before we cross it, I wanted to give some info about it. I'm currently in the Bronx, in Highbridge, and this was a bridge that was closed down for like a couple of years. I don't remember how many years. It might have been actually a pretty long time, like 20 years or something like that, that this bridge has been closed. Connects the Bronx to Washington Heights, Manhattan. I've never been on it before. It's my first time. Back in the day, they didn't used to have this here, but they have it now. So people don't self-delete if they're going through something. What's up, Cliff? Early morning here. We're here in the Bronx, Highbridge, crossing over to Washington Heights. First time crossing it. First time ever being on it. Could see almost all of New York's bridges. New York City skyline in the back there. That's where we're heading. The plan is to walk from here in the Bronx to where all those buildings are in the skyline over there. That's the plan. So if we get a better view. But yeah, it's pretty cool to be up here. You get to see an elaborate network of all the various bridges and overpasses. Everybody heading to work, already clocked in, doing their deliveries. See all the trucks coming into town. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday morning. That's cool. Wish I can say I have to watch later. Okay, Cliff, thanks, brother. Appreciate you dropping in, saying hello. Have a good day. See the New York skyline. Again, they never used to have this here, guys. They put it here because people self-deleting. Look at that. Look at that skyline, guys. That's where we're heading. Also never been in this park. Immediately once we cross the bridge, in order to get into Manhattan, you have to cross through this brush you see here. Manhattan literally is an island, guys. So we're on this side in the Bronx. I think this is the Harlem River. And if I was to cross and just keep walking straight, if I wasn't going that way downtown towards Midtown Manhattan, essentially I would hit another river, which I believe is the Hudson River. So this is the Harlem River. And if I kept going straight instead of going south, if I kept going, what is that? West. I would eventually hit the Hudson River, which leads to New Jersey. But we're not going to be doing that today. Rail yard down there. Barbara, how you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Good morning. Hawk fan, appreciate you, brother. Nice to see you today as well. Headed from the Bronx back there to Washington Heights in Manhattan. Look at the traffic. New York traffic. The best NYC tours in the world. Doing your thing, David. Thanks, Fuzzy Potato. Yeah, it's definitely a nice view, Barbara. Definitely. Once you get past all the taxes, expensive rent, and how expensive it is for food, New York is a pretty nice place. And the violence. The violence now. It's a bit ridiculous. Damn, I think we gotta climb up those stairs, man. Do we have to go up there in order to get out the park? I'm not sure. But we'll figure it out. So yeah, we're basically in Washington Heights now. No more Bronx. A lot of joggers up early in the morning, getting their morning workout in. What's everybody doing today? At work? You guys still off for the summer? Getting ready to go back, send the kids to school. What is everybody doing this morning? Toplin restrooms. The Edgecombe. We want to go out of the park. We don't need restrooms. And those stairs look crazy, guys. I'm sorry. Those better be the best restrooms. Like the restrooms leading to heaven. But yeah, it's part of the reason I started to do these walking tours. Need to walk, get out there, get in shape, be healthy, you know. First time in my life, I walk up a flight of stairs and I'm breathing hard. I'm like, what is this? What is this? Health is very important, guys. We only get one life, you know. And you wanna live it as long as possible and as healthy as possible. Might be annoying. Real life might be catching up with you where you got work, you got important things that need to be done, but make sure you get in. If you could get in 30 minutes of working out a day, it's a big help to your body. Your body will literally thank you later. You gotta do it, guys. Drinking more water. So I think this is Edgecombe Park. I think. Definitely not a park you want to walk through at night though, right? I would not recommend it. Yeah, all types of little things running in the bushes. It's probably squirrels or rats. It's amazing to think, right? New York, with all these elaborate bridges and tunnels, all these big buildings, skyscrapers. There was a time New York was just this, right? Rocks, bushes, trees. One big swampy little island, swampy little area. But that's the reason it became as popular as it is, because of all the ports of entry. Back before there were planes, the major way to travel and get things, spices, and do trade was through shipping. So because New York has so many different ports where you could build harbors and warehouses, that's why it got its claim to fame and became so popular, because harbors and ports were opening up everywhere, allowing people to come for work. All up and down Harlem River, Hudson River, Chelsea Piers, The Bronx even has like a shipping terminal. There's just massive and massive amounts of work for people. It's hot today, but not too hot. And everybody's going for their morning walk alone. A lot of times when we want to do things, we want to bring a buddy along, a friend, a family member. Sometimes you just gotta get up. If you want to do something right for yourself, you gotta get up and just do it. Okay, we're almost in Washington Heights, I think. Kids playing some early morning basketball. What's up, Cliff? Tommy V. How you doing this morning, man? New York City basketball courts. Parks Department employee cleaning the park. For those who don't know, Washington Heights has a big Dominican community. In fact, I believe it's called Little Dominican Republic. And we are officially in the city, guys. I've actually never been to this part of Manhattan. This is new to me.
Hay gente que no lo sabe.
Trash all in the middle of the street. Trying to look up a park real quick, guys. Hold on, I'll be right back. Park. Not just a park, but there's actually homes from, like, I don't know, the 18 or even 1700s that they've left in its entirety. So I wanted to go over there, show you guys that. And apparently, oh no, we're gonna walk through the city. Just need to remember to make a left on 163rd Street. I kind of don't feel like it's here, but they're saying it's here. Thought it was further up. Appreciate the 13 people in the house dropping by early morning. Thanks. Usually don't go live this early, but I'm gonna be very, very busy these next couple of weeks. A lot of things on the schedule, on the agenda. They got a car wash set up here. Look at that. Street car wash. Parking garage. What's good, does FYI, your videos make homesick. I can't get enough. Oh man, nah, I hear you. I do miss America when I'm out the country, but New York, man, it's just too tough. I hate to sound like a broken record, it's just too tough to live here. It doesn't make any sense. You can live almost any other place and have a better quality of life. Like, have to work less, stress less, and you're able to survive much more comfortably. For all you pay, for food, toilet paper, everything here in New York, taxes, income tax, state tax, city tax, federal tax, for all those things that you pay, you don't get any more safety. No more safety or anything like that is provided for you. Still got to deal with the same nonsense. So at the end of the day, is it even really worth it? Is it worth it to spend all that money to live here? And then you can't even do basic things like take a vacation, Let's say you get sick for a month or 2 months, boom. And a financial burden. Nurse D, good morning. How you doing, Nurse D? They're out early in the morning too. What part of NY am I in? This is Washington Heights. So the parade we went to Sunday, Washington Heights is home to a very, very large Dominican community. Very large. We walked across a bridge that had been closed for, I believe, like 20 years. The bridge had been closed from Highbridge in the Bronx to Washington Heights. That's how we got here this morning. A lot of nice views. So yes, this is Washington Heights. We're not in the meat and potatoes of it. Whoever is familiar with Washington Heights, the nice nightclubs, the basketball court that all the hip-hop celebrities go to see the basketball games, and those clubs are more uptown, like 180th, 191st. That famous part of Washington Heights is uptown. We're much lower, about 30 blocks below. Born and raised East Tremont, live in Florida now. It's much more peaceful, right? Living in Florida, a lot calmer, a lot less to worry about, right? That's what I want at this point in my life, just peace, you know? Still got to put in a couple more years of work before I can actually retire. But the goal is to retire and travel the world full time before the age of 40. It's not guaranteed I can make it happen, but that's the goal. That's what I'm aiming for. I don't think this is the park I had in mind. There's a park in Washington Heights. It's not just a park. There's an outside of it too that has very, very old community homes. I'm not sure exactly where it's at. Cheap or quiet, and I own, so you already know. Yeah, boss. That's the route to go. It's 100% the route to go. Let me ask this guy. How you doing, boss? Sorry to bother you. Do you know where the there's like old like 18th century buildings straight that way? Oh, right here. Oh, all right. Like if I go up this little. Thank you, boss. I appreciate. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Thank you, chief. So we were close, guys. Just wasn't sure. Oh, New York. Well, this is how Harlem was back in the day, guys. See how all these brownstones are? Back in the day, Harlem Renaissance. Harlem was just filled with buildings like this. But very famously, a lot of the owners, the property owners, started burning down the buildings because residents wasn't paying rent. In New York, it's really hard to kick people out. Bro, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. It's in your blood. Yeah, man. It's just still hard when you're in the jungle, you know? It's nice to look back once you climb the mountain and you look down and you say, wow, it's a beautiful jungle. But when you're in it, oh shit, look. Somebody got the Kamala Harris. Joe Mala? Joe Mala. They got the Kamala Harris. Joe Kamala. Keep abortion safe and legal. Oh, here it is, guys. Jamil Tur and Sivan Tur. And look at these old buildings, guys. I believe, I could be wrong. This Harlem and Bed-Stuy are married. Yeah, those brownstones, classic New York City brownstones. But yeah, guys. I believe this is like one of the reason Washington Heights is called Washington Heights is because George Washington, obviously. And my father actually used to maintain one of these properties. I don't know what happened with that. It's the only reason I know about this street. Looks like they have to build another set of stairs. They're just trying to maintain the aura of this little block. It's one of the only little blocks like it. So obviously everything is in still from the 1800s or 1700s, but they obviously have to maintain it and resurrect it. But cool little block, right? And this is actually a mansion that they turned into a park. So as you could imagine, George Washington and his crew come out here. These were some of the houses, you know, the settlers who were with them had. Should take a nice picture of this block, actually. One moment. trying to snap some pictures on my other phone. All right. Now, when I Googled to try to find this place, said it was closed, but it was opening soon. Roger Morris Park. So yeah, this park is like conserved. They can't knock it down or anything like that. But yeah, this was, I guess, Morris's mansion. And now they've converted it into a park. I guess when it's open, you could go in, walk around, take a look. What does it say? Emergency exit. I guess they need to do some maintenance. Yeah. Morris Jamal Mansion. See what it says. No public restrooms. Oh, it's $10 to get in. Sundays 11 a.m. to 4. Monday closed. Tuesday 1 p.m. So during the week it's open 1 p.m. Yeah, I've been here when I was a kid. Like I said, one of those little apartments across the street. I'm not actually sure what my father's relation was to it, but the only reason I knew about this area was because of that. He would come, drive up, leave me in the car, go to do work for like an hour. I'm not gonna walk by this dusty guy. Thank you, Nurse D. I appreciate you. A guy had a nice little garden. I guess him and George Washington used to go in, eat, then come over here and smoke their tobacco. Talk about how they were gonna make America great. Look, old school hat. He probably left his hat. If anybody wants George Washington's hat, it's right there for you. What is this here? So like one of those old clocks, right? You gotta do Poe Park and Boogie Down. I'll check it out. I'll even take a screenshot so I can do my research. Look into what Poe Park is about. I may have heard of it, but I don't know. It's not coming to mind right now. Poe Park. I'll definitely look into it though. What is this? Is this somebody's tomb? 11 miles from in New York on the Kings Ridge Road. Oh, so guys, this was probably a road back in the day. People would be walking from wherever they came from, or on horseback, and this was like a marker in New York on the Kings Ridge Road in 1769 at 170th Street, in 1819 at 189th Street, the City History Club, 1912. So this location, even though it's the same location, in 1769 it was 170th Street. In 1819 it was 189th Street. Today it's 163rd Street, because that's what I turned onto, if I'm correct. So yeah, in the movies when you guys, like, you see them walking for miles, walking for days, and then you see a marker. This is one of those markers, guys. Let's get by this guy so he can keep doing his work. Sorry about that, boss. The Morris Jamel Mansion is now open for tours. $10, 10 buckaroonies. One opens 1 p.m. on the weekdays, guys. Yeah, 160th Street. So, even though this has always been the same place, the street number changed so many times. It's right by Kingsbridge Road, too. Yep. And just like that, we jumped into the future, leaving the cobblestone roads. All right, back in the modern times. But even these have history to it. This big old wooden door. We have not eaten yet today either, or even had a cup of coffee. All we have done so far today is have a spoonful of honey. Had a spoonful of unfiltered raw honey. Which, if anybody doesn't know, at least for me, honey takes away my hunger. And if you're like craving, you got a sweet tooth, it actually takes a while to get used to the taste of honey. Like, I don't necessarily like it, or I did it, but it's kind of grown on me. I actually keep some honey in my bag, get a little hungry, just take like a spoonful, so I'm not eating like a wild boar. Washington Heights, guys, heading into Harlem. Got a lot of streets closed off. When we cross, we have the light. Looks like they got something going on here this early Tuesday morning. Place Street. So these Place Street, this is the second one I've seen. It's closed from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. So they give a street to the community, come out, do their thing. Washington Heights, guys, community. Sorry about that. Had to turn it off. Then I want the music to get in. Because one of my lives, I haven't been able to remix it. The live from Times Square, I think they haven't allowed me to remix it because of the music that was in it. But the music was from Passing By Bikes. So I'm not sure why they're doing that, but... set up for the kiddies. Got the jumping pin down there for the kids. We are not gonna go all the way down there. I'll head back up. Yo, you gotta go. It has Edgar Allan Poe's house in the center, right off Fordham and Concourse. Wow, I didn't know that, bro. You just put me on to some new information. I did not know there was a house near Fordham Road. It's right near Kingsbridge Road. No place like NYC, yeah, man. You could just be walking down NYC, New York, get invited to a block party, even though that's not what happened here. I mean, there could be like a cookout going on. You walk by, make eye contact with the right person, They might invite you to a family barbecue, you know? New York is like that. Miss walking around Fordham. Should we sit here take a look at this for a minute? I think my phone is gonna get hot if I sit here though. The sun is smacking me. Who knows here? Is this, what kind of music is this that they're playing right now? Is it machate? Is it merengue? Is it Dominican? Is it Colombian? What's going on here? Anybody know? We got any real Latinos in the building? Afro-Latino drumming. That's what's up. What's up? Thank you for that, Joey S. Got the artwork on the wall right here. Shit. Yeah, I know. They're just warming up. Community League of the Heights. Community League of the Heights, guys. Guess that's why they're doing it right here. We go in a store, get a nice drink. Classic New York deli, guys. New York deli. I don't know if this could fit in my bag. Yes, the bodega, guys. The bodega. Classic bodega. Oh, my bad about that, guys. I hit that by accident.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
I hit that. Let me go sit over here for a minute, watch them get my bag together, because I don't think this big bottle of water could fit in it. Time we got 11:25. Nice big bottle of water. Not sure if it'll last me today. Like I said, I'm planning on taking a walk from here, Washington Heights. Where'd we start off? I think 167th. We're gonna walk all the way to Midtown, like 34th Street. Got some things I need to do down there. Man, that water was good. What do you do in New York? I heard they got strong weed, man. Yeah, bro. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't smoke, but sometimes, like, just walking by these guys, man, you get a whiff of that, you feel lightheaded, like catch a contact. Yeah, Washington Heights. What do you do in New York? Basically, what you do here, guys, is you pay a lot of taxes. You pay a lot of rent. You pay a lot. That's what we do here in New York. Just pay a lot for everything. You pay state, city, federal tax, SSI, Medicaid, Medicare. That's what we do here, unfortunately. Alright, let me pack this bag and then we're gonna keep it moving, guys. Let's see where I can fit this water. Yeah, so much tax. About to get on the road in a second, guys. Just trying to get everything right. We're gonna miss out on the live performance. Hopefully you guys can forgive me for that. They're probably not gonna start it till much later in the day. It's only 11:25, you know? Okay, we are able to fit the water in. Anybody in the area, 159th in Amsterdam? one more thing. One more thing I should take out of this bag. One sec, guys. This is new. This has never been here before. Even though I don't frequent this area, I take the bus through it every once in a while. What street is this? It's Amsterdam. Oh, that was 159th in Amsterdam. Yes, let's move to somewhere else. Think these guys are gonna talk a lot. Yeah, a lot of time to start. You're right about that. Wow, they got a Pizza Hut right near the Domino's. They're competing for the block. 2 for $1 Tuesday. Buy one large pizza at menu price and get one free. Today's Tuesday. Sounds like a good deal, right? It's a good deal. It's a good deal in this economy. What do we got down here? A lot of wires. It's not even just a sewer system a lot of the time. Wires and everything. Verizon doing their thing. It's a lot of things like this you see. It's like either they're signing you up for healthcare, they're giving away free like Obama phones, things like that. Yeah, I know culture shock for a lot of people, but in New York, the Bronx, Harlem, Brooklyn, Washington Heights, everybody's always hanging out, sitting on the street. In other countries, it's really not a normal thing. Other countries, other cities, people don't generally do that, but it's not a normal thing they do in most places. Business, man, theft. Can't keep up with the price of rent and all those things. Hard to keep up with it. But no, I don't think those guys that you just saw, they're not homeless. They probably live in that building right where they were. And they come out and they sit there and they play dominoes and they watch the pretty ladies walk by and they drink and then they go upstairs and then the next day they do it again. It's a New York thing. Not I don't want to say New York. It's never been my thing though. News now. Taking a walk. Just took a walk. We walked from the Bronx, Highbridge to Washington Heights now. Took a look at a historic mansion and little community left up in Washington Heights. That's where we are now in Manhattan, headed to Harlem. We're gonna make our way all the way down to Midtown around 34th Street. Got some things to take care of there. MP tax, right? That's one office that never closes, right? There's always money in taxes because it doesn't matter what happens in the world, right? Pandemic, lockdowns, typhoon, tsunami. Still got to pay taxes, right? Doesn't matter what goes on. You're homeless, you're jobless, your dog died, your mom's sick, still got to pay taxes. Look, old school New York thing. Back in the day, they used to crack this open so the kids could play, cool down in the summertime. It's become less of a practice now. Even the fire hydrant back in the day used to open it up for the kids. Like, it's not just like people would do it. Like, you could ask them for the wrench, they would give it to you. But I don't really see that much in New York anymore. Kids playing at like random fire hydrants. Doesn't happen much. Is it easy to make friends in New York? I'd say yeah, depending on your personality. I mean, if you live in New York, first off, you're gonna have to work somewhere, right? Have to work somewhere with someone. So if that's the case, you're gonna have co-workers. Most likely you'll be making friends with your co-workers, depending on what type of area and building you live in. Neighbors, you'll have cool neighbors. And it's like anywhere else. And in New York, there's more people than anywhere else in the world. But also, to be honest, everybody's in their own little world. Everybody's got their own thing going on. So people aren't always the friendliest. When you owe 2 months rent and you're trying to figure out how to pay it off, you might not be in the friendliest of moods. But yeah, there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of opportunity to make friends. It's about, in New York, it's mostly about familiarity. Becoming familiar with people because, we're not one of those like nice small communities where you could leave your door open, leave your door unlocked. Leave keys with your neighbor. You know, that was a thing back in the day. Leave a spare set of keys with your neighbor in case you lost your keys or in case you needed them to go in your house, do something for you. But now in New York, everybody's a little bit more guarded, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know, you gotta be careful who you're dealing with. So yeah, people are sometimes standoffish, but you could make friends here. I feel like it's easy to make friends from New York and then go visit. From my experience, people really didn't want to chop it up much in the streets. Yeah, it's like on that rambling session I just went. There's a lot of people, but it's more about familiarity. You know, it's like you see somebody for the first time with everything. You turn on the news in New York, and it's like, what? How did this happen? Where did this happen? Right there? I was just right there the other day. New York is like that, so like you gotta be real skeptical of who you call a friend, who you say you know. Even from like a law standpoint, right? Back in the day, like way back in the day, people used to exchange like drugs through a handshake. And once the cops caught on to that, you know, they'd start taking pictures, things of that nature. They'd say things are drug exchanges. So like, as just a regular person, maybe you know a drug dealer. You don't sell drugs. You're a hard-working person and you work in a post office. But every day after work, you grew up with this guy. You know, you guys played basketball together. You walk by, you give him a high five. The police think, oh, they must be connected, or maybe that was a drug sale. Boom. Now you're sitting in a police station getting asked questions. How do you know this guy? He's a big-time drug dealer in the area. What's going on? That seeped into the culture of New York to where now you got to be careful who you call your friend, who you take a picture with. Right? We're all familiar with the RICO, right? You're guilty by association. So you got to be skeptical, not just only because somebody might physically hurt you or physically rob you or steal your identity. You got to worry about the perception of law possibly mistaking you being a part of something that you're not. And as a New Yorker, I could say that definitely. Like, I'm very wary of that. I'll meet somebody, introduce my girlfriend to her. She'll say, hey, she'll say, it was real nice hanging out with your friend last night. I'll be really quick to tell her that's not my friend. I just know him from such and such. Or that's not my friend. We did business together one time. I'll call somebody my friend if I know them. If I know you, I built a rapport with you. What's the minimum for rent in New York? You talking about like a whole house? Or you talking about a room in an apartment? Maybe you could get a room in somebody's apartment, like sharing it with other people for like $800. But the minimum, it might even be $1,200 now. I haven't checked in a while. But the minimum for like an apartment, studio or one bedroom, studios are starting like $1,500. $1,500. How did that lady just try to drive into them? That made no sense. I'm not sure, but I know less and less people are getting married, and less people, like, it's drastic. I think they say like 53%. I could be wrong, but this numbers I read something recently. I think like they're saying like 53% of new working Americans aren't having children and don't want to. Everybody's focused on their career. Everybody's focusing on their career, success, which is what a lot of people believe while they're having this immigration crisis, is because they don't want America to fall in the same hole as China, where their population in China is dwindling. They have a lot of people in their country, but a lot of them are older, like seniors. And like that's one of the things I wonder about, is America doing what they're doing for that reason? They're letting all this immigration come over so our population doesn't go that route, where there's so many elderly and old people who aren't producing. Like, obviously we need younger people to work in order to pay taxes so we can take care of older people, right? So I'm wondering, is that the situation? Is that why America's doing what they're doing? They've learned from China's mistakes, but again, I'm not sure. Show Yes says he's about to get a divorce. And man, it's hard to find the right person. If only it was as simple as putting a puzzle piece together, right? Fortunately, it's not that simple. What's important to you might not be important to your partner. Your goals, your dreams, your aspirations might not be the same goals, dreams, and aspirations that they share. So you're always constantly having to go through something. Debate, argument, problem. I don't know. My perception of marriage is, I don't understand why the government gets in between you and somebody else's commitment to each other. Honestly, my perception of marriage is, it's kind of like one of the worst contracts you could ever sign, right? You sign a contract till death do us part. You get married. You invest time, money, and energy into something, someone. And the initial contract that you sign till death do us part, whoever the person is in the relationship who produces, who is the breadwinner financially, always gets screwed over. Because of what I've seen in movies and reading newspapers and reading books, seeing personally family members go through it. It's a headache it's an uncalled for headache. I also think America needs to change the marriage laws. I think I support the fact that they have allowed, gay marriage. I support that. If two people want to get married and be together, they should be able to do it like anyone else. But there's also certain cultures and religions that they just completely disrespect. You can't alter the laws for one group of people and not do it for others. So like, again, I support the fact, and I'm happy that they allowed men to marry men, women to marry women. But why don't they allow Muslims to marry all their wives, I think, like, in terms of discrimination, is it not obvious? If you're respecting one group's rights and values, you have to respect everybody's. To me, it's very clear, but I believe Utah is like the only state that you could do that, but I think they need to just respect there's different cultures and religions, and it's not just only Muslim people who have multiple wives, or if a woman wants to have multiple husbands, Let's walk on this side of the street because there's shade. One loud, heavy truck. I just think you need to respect everybody's rights. Not just one or two people's or a small particular group. Everybody's rights need to be respected. We're pretty much in Harlem now. It's a short walk through Harlem. It's because the nation was founded for Christian values. Why come to this land if you still want what was allowed in your motherland, is my thoughts. Well, I would agree with you, but again, like I said, we now allow same-sex marriage, which isn't necessarily Christian values. It's actually, right, it's not Christian values. And that's the thing. Again, I'm not Muslim. I'm not Muslim, and it doesn't really affect me. But when I look at America, say all people are created equally, equal rights, no discrimination, we respect everybody here, we want everybody to be happy. Well, that becomes my thoughts. Why aren't they respecting the Muslim religion if you're also going to respect the LGBT community, right? Christian Catholic values don't necessarily align with it, but you've respected it because of perception and because of money as well, because the LGBTQ community does spend a lot of money. For such a small group, they spend a lot of money, and that's part of the reason why they're so respected. Which again, shout out to everybody who's LGBTQ. I rock with you guys. But yeah, it's gotta, to me, it's such clear discrimination. It's because you have freedoms here that you don't get in those countries. Yes, but if America was actually polled on those laws being put, they'd find over 50% don't agree with said laws. Yeah, but it's like a snowball effect, you know? Once you say, okay, we're gonna do this for this group of people, because it's unfair, it's not right, what's going on, you then cannot, it's like, what can I compare it to? It would literally, it would be like saying, okay, white people could get married, but black people can't. The LGBTQ community can get married in the fashion that they want, but Muslim people and their religion that's been around for thousands of years, they can't. For me, that's clear discrimination. You're picking and choosing which groups you're going to respect their way of life. You know? What is my profession? I do multiple things. In all my travels, shorts you guys see, in most countries, I lease out apartments, and then what I do is I rent those apartments out. So cities like Medellin, Colombia, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Cancun, Mexico, all recent videos that I've posted, I'll go there, get 1 or 2 year leases, and what I'll do is I'll rent it out to foreigners, mostly foreigners, on Airbnb, or sometimes I'll sign them to a leasing agreement on top of mine. In New York, I'm a licensed security guard. I'm a licensed real estate agent. From time to time, when I need to make, business doesn't always run smooth. I need to make ends meet. I'll go work for a couple months just to make sure, like in those countries, Brazil, Mexico, etc., I have people who have to tend to the rooms, clean the rooms after every guest. Just always want to make sure, you got enough money to pay the people you have working for you. Also, I have a cell phone charging company, Charged Up Chargers, where I give cell phone chargers to bars and clubs so their customers can purchase it. I do a lot. Again, I'm trying to retire before the age of 40. So with that being the case, gotta put in as much work as possible so I can achieve that goal. But the people aren't saying that in agreement. It's the elect doing their agendas, not the constituents. Yeah, and I completely agree with you. That's like a lot of times, guys, or everything I'm doing, it's connected, right? It might not seem like that, but it is. I do First Amendment audits, I do walking tours, I travel, right? It's all connected. So, for example, people would say, why are you messing with the cops? What's the big deal if the cop is on his phone? Or what's the big deal if this and that? The whole reason I'm doing it is to show the hypocrisy, right? If you go and you look at the video in Times Square, what do you see? We saw a guy walking through the street, completely fine, by the way. Guy was completely fine, not drunk, not belligerent, nothing. He was walking with a can and a bag. The police stopped him and gave him a ticket. They stopped him and gave him a ticket for open container, right? 10 minutes later, so you gave a man a ticket to make funds for the city because he technically, committed a violation. What we saw 10 minutes later was a cop on his phone, which is an NYPD violation. It's a violation of NYPD policy, their patrol guide. So in the same exact video, we saw a cop give somebody a ticket to take away their hard-earned money to pay a violation. Meanwhile, same officer is committed a violation. Who's giving him a ticket? As his partner hitting him on the shoulder, telling him, "Hey, boss, you know, you're not supposed to do that." What I want to do is, if you're saying something is this, if you're saying one thing is one thing, then let's keep it like that. Let's hold people accountable. My thing is, don't say we're for all and we respect everybody, and then that's not what it is. That was the whole reason I wanted to bring it up and point it out about marriage. It's like, before it was not legal for, two men or two women to get married. I'm in agreement of it. I support it. Because at the end of the day, two more happy people in the world are two less people you have to worry about. Happy people don't go around robbing people, attacking people, beating people up. So two more happy people are two less people I have to worry about walking around New York City. That's the way I look at it. So I'm in support of it. What I'm not in support of is the government always with this hypocrisy, saying one thing for one group and then doing one thing for another group. Let's keep everything fair. Let's do everything right for everybody. Or let's be honest and say, hey, America isn't for everybody. We don't love everybody. We don't support everybody. It's not equal rights for everybody. If they came out and said that, then there would be, I wouldn't have a leg to stand on in what I'm saying. A sip of water, guys. That's the reason for the break. But I completely agree with you, Nurse D. Like, I know it's the politicians, the constituents, community councilmen, community assemblymen. And I have something planned with that too. I do have something planned in the near future. I want to go to I'll start off in Manhattan and I'll make my way to the other boroughs, but I want to go to every community councilman's office, every community assemblyman, and I'm gonna start up forgot one of those what it's called, but one of those bills for change. I think it's preposterous what's going on in America right now with all the homelessness. So many New Yorkers and Americans around the country. I see it on an everyday basis. We see it here in these walking tours. And to completely turn a blind eye to these people and put people in hotels who have never paid taxes in America, never contributed to, the pot of taxes. Let me get out of here, it's way too loud. You have to put shoes on your kids' feet before you could buy shoes for your neighbors. And that's just what it boils down to. America, with all the money we've given to wars, to immigration, we're at the point now where we should be like a futuristic. There should be no poverty. There should be no open drug use in the street. We should have after-school programs for every single kid. A parent shouldn't have to come out of pocket, especially in a city like New York. There should be free daycare for women or parents with children. There should be free daycare. There's no reason why we have to pay the taxes we pay for people to stay in hotels, and then for child care, it's $500 a week. And that's been my motivation. That's what got me into the First Amendment audits, as I just wasn't happy with what I was seeing, how my fellow Americans around the country are being treated. In all honesty, that's the reason I picked up the camera and started doing the audits. I really, really, really did not like it. Want to hear a joke? Sure, Nathan. 100% agree. Americans are learning to care for each other again. I hope this has to be only a test. I mean, it's more than a test. It's happening in real time. But yeah, man, I go to other countries and it's beautiful, man. You go to another country, let's say you get into a fight with a taxi driver in Mexico, right? Let's say he's absolutely wrong. He tried to rob you. He tried to overcharge you. And you guys get into an issue. Do you know that every Mexican, especially every taxi, they'll come, it doesn't matter what he did and how wrong he is, they'll come over and best believe they'll make you understand that there's nothing you could do to him. There's nothing you could do to him. They'll tell you straight up, you're in Mexico, you're in Colombia, know your place here. We don't care what he did. We don't care if he took $1,000 from you. He's Mexican. This is our country. You're going to respect him. And that's how it should be here in America. We should look out for each other. We should love each other. See somebody doing something to a fellow American. Well, at the end, eventually what I want it to be is we all just look at each other as humans, right? We all live on Earth. At the end of the day, we're all the same, right? We're all the same people from the same planet. That's what it does eventually need to get down to, is that we all look at it like that, but everything starts at home first. So it's getting Americans to stop believing one is Republican, one is Democrat, one is left, one is right, and get us to all start, loving the same flag for different reasons, but still loving each other always, no matter what. I was gonna walk straight down here. Oh no, how should I do this? We'll go that way another day. We'll go this way.
Y la mujer mía me dice a mí, David, pásame unos polvos que están en la sala. Mi papá está ahí.
This is where ASAP Rocky filmed the video, The One Train. ASAP Rocky, Harlem rapper, married to Rihanna now. Or I don't know if they're married, have a kid together.
Chilling, man.
Brandon Mitchell, what's up, man? That right, left shit just keep us divided, yeah, man. I'm not for it. It's all little games at the end of the day, right? Right wing, left wing, Democrat, Republican. No, I don't want to be a part of any games. Groupthink. If anybody in the group differs from the main message of the entire group, they jump down their throat, so nobody disagrees. Nobody says, hey guys, like, maybe we should look at this way. No, nobody wants to do that. City bikes. Too much sun over here. My phone is gonna overheat. Cross the street and walk on this side, there's shade. I don't mind the sun, but the phone cannot take it. So sad, I'm not living in New York, too expensive. You're right, no lies detected. You might find it as a Snapple fact. Might pop off a Snapple one day, it'll be right there. New York is too expensive. No lies detected. Life isn't even worth living if you aren't in a big city. I don't agree, but I don't disagree. What I mean by that is, at this point in my life, I would like to settle down in a small town. Settle down in a nice oceanside city, nice countryside, up in the mountains. I wouldn't mind that. You know, you just gotta be able to grow, be able to have a little bit of a garden, grow your own food, things of that nature. But I like the convenience of New York, that you could always, at any time, day or night, wake up, get something to eat, get into something, you know? There's jobs 24/7. So any preferential time you'd like to work, it's there for you. But it's dangerous. I can't even lie to you guys. It's definitely dangerous and expensive. It's not a good combination, being dangerous and expensive. Again, I hope everybody's doing good today. Appreciate the 14 people who hit that like button. Thank you guys. I don't know how this is all gonna go. I do not know. I've got a lot of things in motion all at one time. It's a lot to handle, a lot to deal with. But hopefully, things go good and you guys get to watch me grow. From auditing to traveling to, there's a lot of philanthropy I'd like to do once I get everything right, once I'm in position to be able to do it. It's a lot of philanthropy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jimmy Darts. Obviously, most of you guys know Mr. Beast. I don't know if I would ever do things on that level, but Jimmy Darts, he's a YouTuber. He goes around, he feeds the homeless. He'll even, essentially what he does is he'll meet a homeless person on the street, learn their story. He'll put up, I think what he does is like a GoFundMe. And then what'll happen is all the donations, sometimes 24 hours. There was a lady, she was missing like all her teeth, had 5 kids at home. He walked up to her, he asked her for $1. She gave it to him, no problem. He gave it back and gave her $1,000 when he gave it back to her. She smiled, broke down. She's just like, I got 5 kids at home. Like, this is really gonna help me. Next day, put up a GoFundMe of the story. People donated $50,000. There's a train over us, guys, so sorry for that. This is a train station. famous New York City water towers. Hopefully today they'll allow me to remix and make clips off of my Times Square video. I don't know why they don't want to let me do it, but I haven't been able to. Anybody know how to skateboard? I don't even know if I could still skateboard. I got a skateboard. I was gifted one, and I was learning how to use it. I was taking it out some days and using it. But I don't know if I should say I know how to ride a skateboard, because even though I have ridden one, I never really fully grasped it. I want to learn though. I definitely want to learn. Knock down tree branch. See, people in America and everywhere can be beautiful, but it needs to be consistent. Too many greedy destroy the flow of love. I agree with you on that, but it's not about the greedy. Mentally ill person walking in socks, not in the middle of the street. That's what I'm saying. We have Americans who need help like this. I pay taxes. I don't mind my taxes going to getting this person help. I would prefer that. I'd be happy about it. But it's the fact we're putting people in hotels who've never been here before. And again, I don't have any problem with them. My mother's an immigrant. Immigration is needed worldwide. Economies would die without it. But it's sad and it's disrespectful in my eyes that a woman like that is walking down the street barefoot, clothes almost coming off. Shouldn't happen. It's unacceptable for me. But who am I, right? Doesn't matter. So this guy is the Cotton Club. He's been in a bunch of movies. Italian mobsters and gangsters used to come in. Even though this is Harlem, guys. This is Harlem. New York's always been Harlem. But even Italians used to come here, party. It's kind of like a jazz club. Every Monday night, doors open at 8 p.m. Jazz and blues show and dancing, music. Charge $25 per person. Food, cocktails. Extra. Yeah, this is like a staple of Harlem, guys. Cotton Club. A lot of fame. Bumpy Johnson. Italian mobsters used to come there. I think 60s and 70s is when it was most popular. And here, a lot of you guys might know this place, seen it in pictures. They call it the Tunnel. It was actually in the movie Juice with Tupac too. The movie Juice with Tupac Shakur. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky also came here to take a picture. did a photo shoot. A lot of celebrities do. Looks like old Seattle Viaduct. People they just love to come here and take pictures. They used to have an assortment of clubs. Over there they got like a bunch, not a bunch, like a little waterway. That's like the beginning of the West Side Highway, actually. West Side Highway starts basically right there. There used to be an assortment of clubs back here, guys. Like, it was tons and tons of nightclubs. And I believe they actually used to call it the Tunnel. They used to call it the Tunnel, obviously because of the tunnel like vibe to it. All of this area used to be nightclubs, bars, nightclubs. And essentially, I've actually been here a couple times, but like in the 2010s to 2010s, you know? I wasn't here in the 90s when I guess it was like real crazy, but apparently if you came here wearing your jewelry, nice clothes and whatever, only like the toughest rappers and gangsters could come to this area to party. Everybody else would be robbed or beat or jumped or all types of things. But this whole area at night would just be flooded. I've been here like maybe 2 or 3 times in the 2010s. Again, not when it was serious gangster craziness going on. I was just like just became an adult. Everybody loves coming here to take pictures, do photo shoots. Seems like everything is closed down though. There's no more. Just imagine, guys, like hundreds of women, girls, guys. This whole place is just flooded with people. Not anymore. Oh, well, this thing survived. This was actually always here. So I guess this has survived. But yeah, it seems like everything has died here. FW Web Company. Everything on this side used to be a club. Over there in that corner, there's stairs. You could walk back up. Yep, nothing here anymore though, guys. It must be a bad time to be a club owner. I just constantly see the clubs closing. Clubs, bars, restaurants. It's hard for them to survive in this climate. Wow, we've been live for 2 hours already, guys. Jeez Louise. Time flies by when you're rambling on, right? What time is it? 12:31. Got this charger that eats the sun. I don't know why I said eats the sun. What is the correct word that I'm looking for? I have a solar charger that is powered by the sun. Look at this, guys. Americans forced to sleep, live in the park. I don't appreciate it. You know, really rubs me the wrong way. Let's see if we can find a place to sit where there's a little bit of shade and a little place where I can leave the if I could sit in the shade and leave this in the sun, let it get some sun charge up a bit. I think we'll sit right here. Got some shade right here. Leave it in the sun right here. Need a longer wire. Let's see, what do we have here? Still got a comedy club. Was meat market back in day? Oh, was it meat market? By far, Manhattan is the best borough, especially Dykeman. Yeah, we were really close to it, Red Star. We were up there in Washington Heights. We went and looked at the, oh, whoa, what is that, a big hawk? I know you guys can't see it the way my eyes see it. Got a giant hawk. I don't know if he's hunting or what he's doing. That's New Jersey across the bridge. That's a George Washington bridge over there. George Washington, GW, or GWB, as some people call it. Used to be pretty cheap. Like Jersey City used to be cheap, guys. Like, it was honestly, it was run down. A lot of drugs and drug use over there. But it was prime land. It was 10, 15 minutes away from New York, Manhattan. And beautiful. It's just expensive as New York City, even though this is in Jersey City. Jersey City is further down. in the 40s, 34th Street area. But yeah, I love Manhattan. Manhattan's amazing. It's just full of energy. Just gonna kick it here for like another 5 minutes, and then we're gonna get on the move. Drink some water, let the solar charger get some sun. I actually took it out of the sun because my cord is not long enough, and I'm afraid the sun will overheat it. So but this thing is really good. It's water resistant, dust resistant. How much? 42,800 capacity. Pretty good. Again, hopefully we have a good day today. Nobody tries to beat me up for recording, fight me. All the shenanigans that happen in New York. Guess this guy's doing laps. Alright, second time we saw him. He's doing laps in business attire. See everything in New York. Let's get on the move, guys. Again, the sad sights. Mentally ill, mentally disturbed people, homeless, living in poverty. And all the funds we send to foreign affairs, none of them are being used. Should we walk along here? GW Bridge looks nice off in the distance. Nice view right there. Little boat back there. Nice cloudy day. Big clouds out there. All the birds living up there, having a poop fest. Every New Yorker knows when you go into one of these things, you gotta look up. Or the rats with wings will get you. I hear some baby pigeons up there squeaking, squawking. I would walk down the West Side Highway, but there's no shade there. I would just be trapped in the sun, and my phone would most likely overheat. Is this a park? I don't think I've ever been through it. Oh no, I have been through it. It's boring. Thank you to the 15 people that hit that like button. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. What are they building here? No idling, it's the law. It's nice though that they finally did decide to build up this area. This building that you see here, maybe just 3-4 years ago, this was just an open grass field, nothing in it. I think that has some relation to the school. It's called the Forum, but I think it has some connection with the Columbia University. I'm not sure. Maybe City College. So this is what they're going to be building. Anticipated completion 2023. Well, that's they fell short on that, right? 2023. Owner, the trustees of the Columbia University in New York City, in the city of New York, 615 West 135th Street, New York. So they're building another educational facility. It lets you know what it is. Work in progress, educational. It'll say educational, it'll say commercial, it'll say residential. It'll let you know what it is. Generally, not all the time. Generally. Who's seen the movie? I don't know the name of the movie right now. Carlito's Way. Carlito's Way. This is where that, it was one of the first scenes when he first got out of jail. And he went with his cousin to do a deal. And he wound up getting into that shootout. Took the drugs. It was in this area. It might actually been this store. Carlito's Way. You guys go and look back at that scene. It was in this exact area around here. They shot that scene. Dusty food truck. Indian food truck here. Last year I went to Brooklyn to work and stayed in Manhattan for my hotel. Tell us about how expensive that hotel was, brother. How expensive was that hotel? I'm telling you, even right now, try booking a motel for a week or a weekend. It's like $400 a night, man. It's crazy. And it's not just the economy that's making that happen. It's also the fact that hotels, even the hotels that they've converted into migrant shelters, those hotels also count towards hotels. Like, they don't classify them as residents. So if you were to ask New York or the hotel industry, like, hotels are more full and they're counting the migrants. So it's raising, what it's doing is raising the cost of hotels citywide. You know how things work, where need and demand is when prices rise. Well, if all the hotels are booked in most areas, most places, it reflects road rage, little road rage in the city. It reflects that the city rooms are in high demand, forcing tourists and other people who need hotels for whatever reason. The cost goes up. Thirsty again already. No ball playing. So the train that was over our heads makes our way into this hill and into the tunnel, and then you could eventually walk back on the street as the train makes its way underground. But yeah, I wonder why you didn't stay in Brooklyn if you were working in Brooklyn, because it's pretty expensive in Manhattan for hotels. See, train coming out the tunnel, heading towards that bridge. A lot of graffiti tagging. A lot of taggers came by here, marked it up. Manhattan School of Music. Manhattan School of Music. Just cross the street as soon as we can. Get my phone in the shade. I think this is Columbia University here, guys. I think. Gotta get out the sun. Have some more water. A lot of bees here doing their thing.
It was great. But every time it rains, every time
I don't know if you guys could see all those bees.
before the rain, like now it's sunny, it starts going.
Because he said, I have a daughter. How does he say? So every time it's going to rain, I kill it.
Yeah.
Get my back.
So that, I feel my hands. My hands goes up, and this happens. This bee,
It's deep.
automatically, see how this is?
Yeah.
3 seconds. 1. We good. New York City taxi. It's the Holiday Express, $200. The size of a bathroom. Yep. Yeah, man, it's unfortunate. America always likes to talk about other countries, people working for $15 a day. In Thailand, that's actually the truth. They work for the sum of about $300 a day. Actually a little bit, $15 a day. Actually a little bit less. And the standard time they need to work to earn it is like between 10 and 12 hours. Not 8 like us. Teachers College. But the thing is, though they make $15 a day, they don't deal with inflation. So $15 a day, in most cases, is more than enough they need to survive. Like, we look at it in the sum of $15. Like, oh my God, living in New York, if I only made $15 a day, I'd be poor, right? In other countries, they don't deal with this crazy amount of inflation that we deal with. So $15 is enough for you to go outside, get a 50-cent or $1 plate of food, street food. Your rent in some cases is only $300. Well, that's what I was paying when I stayed at an Airbnb one time in Thailand. But generally, if you own the place or if you own the land, you don't pay anything. So $15 is like completely adequate to live. There's no inflation. But the way we type it up and put it in the book and the newspapers, people in Taiwan are working for $15 a day in a Nike store, a Nike sweatshop. They don't need more than that to survive. It's completely adequate and enough for them to survive. And I'm telling you from firsthand knowledge. You guys can go look, check it out. I've been to Thailand, lived there, been there literally at this point over 30 times. Probably physically been in the country maybe 2-3 years. So I'm not just talking, shooting off the cuff. I've seen it. Yeah, in the Philippines, said that Roman Bailey, $10 a day. But it's completely adequate enough for them to live. In Asia, there's no, I don't want to say no. In most countries, there's no property tax. So once you buy the land and you own it, it's yours. You never have to pay anybody again. You could pass it down for generations and generations. If you don't live like in the main area or the main hubs of the city, honestly, you're only probably paying $150 a day. $150 a month for a room. 4,000 baht, 5,000 baht, 6,000 baht. It's like completely completely cheap, maybe 8,000. So the most you're paying is $200 for a room. To take the train, BTS, it's like 10 cents. So don't believe the hype when they're telling you people are working in these countries for unfair wages. It's not true. Every different country, like $100 in America is 4,000 baht in Thailand. So they'll say, oh, they only made $100 this week, but in their country, it's the equivalent of $4,000. You know, they don't break that part down to you. Smart guys taking Zelle. When you're smart, you know what to do. But this is like NYU, Columbia area, so it's wise for you to take things like Cash App, Venmo. A lot of vendors, I don't know why they don't do it. If I was one of these food vendors, I'd have a Cash App, a PayPal, Bitcoin, everything, whatever form of way you want to pay me, I would have it handy. A lot of them are resistant to it. Cash only. I would have the card reader, chip scanner, everything. Dykeman isn't Manhattan. Yes, Dykeman is in Manhattan. It is a part of Manhattan. Harlem is a part of Manhattan. It's inside of Manhattan. Dykeman is in Washington Heights. Columbia University. Dykeman is in Washington Heights, and Washington Heights is in Manhattan. And Manhattan is in New York. It's like a conundrum. You're in something that's in something that's in something that's in something.
Texas Tech, le cose.
Oh, Columbia University has its own Barnes and Nobles. I didn't know that. They have their own Barnes and Noble. Exclusive offer for international students. New York City newsstand.
For sure, yeah, that definitely. No, I was. Yo te estoy mandando, pero tú no estás yendo por lo que yo estoy.
I was in NYC coming from Chicago to make costumes and perform alterations for a whole cast of Wicked. A Jewish community purchased the leasing rights. Were you still able to make the costumes though? Hopefully you were. Trying to figure out what I will eat today. Should I go to Whole Foods Hot Bar? Boxing gym. Well, that's good. Dope for you, man. Dope for you. I know a lot of times that sucks. You'll have a contract or be in the midst of doing something. A company will come, buy the company, or it'll change ownership, and then you lose out on that contract. It happens a lot. That's happened to me a few times with my cell phone charging company. Charged up chargers. New ownership takes over a bar. And even though, hear me out guys, even though there's no cost or no risk on behalf of the establishment, right? I give them the cell phone chargers completely free of charge. I bring them to them. And let's say, for example, you're a bar, you sell beers for $6 a beer, bottled beer, right? That's the price you sell your beers for. So that's how much we'll charge for the chargers. What I do is I give them we split the profits in half. So the cost that it cost me to make the chargers, I recoup that, and then, which is about $2. and then $2 for them and $2 for me. So they make a $2 profit, I make a $2 profit. But a lot of them, like, they have trouble wrapping their head around the concept. Like, they feel like there's going to be a catch, or because I'm not a major big company, they don't feel comfortable doing anything with me. A lot of companies, even though it's completely, free on their behalf, my charges just sit there and your employees would sell them to anybody who asks for charges. But a lot of businesses, and when they change hands, look at this abandoned store. Somebody's converted it into their house. Banana right there.
Excuse me, sir. I know you're in a rush. Check me out real quick.
Sorry.
I know you got 30 seconds.
But yeah. Guy's trying to sell me on something. I don't know if you guys have seen the YouTube video. There's a YouTube video about guys who go around Manhattan here in New York, and the city actually pays people for catching people idling. So essentially, a car with the car running, you go up, you get their plate number, you stand there, you record it. Look, guys, this is what I'm talking about. When you get their number, their license plate number, you record it, and you then put in the date, time, location, license plate, send it to the city, and they actually pay people to do that. It's like snitching for pay. Once the city gets the person to pay for it, then the city sends you a sum of the payment. Where did George Jefferson live? I think the east side, right? That's how the song goes. Somewhere on the east side. I never watched that show though. What's going on here? Why are they blasting their horns? No idea. What's going on here? Mamas too. They got some special giveaways. The food just that good.
67.
See what they got. Looks okay. Not that great though.
¡Diablo, cojones! Oye, yo no oí nada. Yo no oí nada.
All these bikes sit and wait for orders. They're sitting waiting for mobile orders. Delivery guys. What avenue are we on? I think we're on Broadway. Are we on Broadway? I'll let you guys know in a second. Mi amor, fast food. Mi amor, fast food. This guy's selling some items. This looks like bags he's converted, put some style to it. If you want to guess, buy somebody a gift, put it in a gift, buy one of his bags. A person. Hey, David's back. How you doing, a person? I like your new unique name. Go Puff. This is like another delivery type service place. Popped up recently in the last couple of years. Street taco. Shout out to London. I will make my way there one of these days. One of these days. Cheesy pizza. So, guys, I want to thank everybody tuning in. Oh, it's only 1 o'clock. I'd like to find some place to get something to eat, though. Nice clock tower with a bell over there. Gives small town vibes. Shout out to you, a person. I've seen you in the building a couple times. But yeah, I really hope they will allow me to edit my live stream today. It's been like 3 days. Texas Rotisserie and Grill across the street. Sundays and ice cream. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end this here. Need to get something to eat. Make sure I also get to sit down, make the phone calls I need to make, and get downtown or to Midtown so I can take care of the business I need to take care of. Perhaps I may be back live again in an hour or so. But everybody hit that like button, that subscribe button, and I appreciate everybody who already did and who joined today. Thank you. Everybody have a good day at work today. Be safe out there. Hope your dreams come true. Later, guys.